We're back. We're going. We're doing this. Live in fear. As soon as I move every single screen out of my way. Oh my God, so much stuff. Okay. Hey, so we're back and we're in a new environment, the environment of the Foundry, because we are using a different tool than we used last time for all of our stuff because Roll20 was not, I don't really have any problem with Roll20 as such, but it was not getting her done with regards to interfacing with Daggerheart Nexus. And when we last left our heroes previously on Witherwild, there's little snippets of you guys fighting the undead guys while the Arcanist is like, I've almost got the barrier back. And then coming into a relatively quiet, tavern. It's, your basic fantasy inn, except for the fact that the whole back wall is curved because it's literally the tree. And there's that rope hung with all the shoes and stuff on it. And, you guys finding little things in your... you had the pebble, Kayla, you had the pebble that returns, but like if somebody comes too close to it, it'll pop back to your hand, or if somebody who's it's on takes damage, it'll come back to your hand, or it'll just come back to your hand after a certain period of time. Sean got a thing that gives him advantage on agility checks, as long as he's within the Sablewood, and Zoe, the ward of the Whitefire Alchemist, which was tucked into her shoe, gives her a +1 to her evasion in the Sablewood. So basically, Zoe, I'll tell you when you're not in the Sablewood anymore, but I don't know a good way to do this except to say, we're just going to remember your evasion is 1 higher some of the time.
Okay.
Because, and it's fine because it's never pre-coded in there. I just have to know what your number is. So if I ask you what your evasion is, you say 10 and say, wait, am I in the Sablewood? And I say, yes, you are. You're still in the Sablewood. And in which case it'll be an 11. Cool. Easy. So you got those gifts, and it's really quite late because you guys were doing that. If you recall, at night when you were doing or as evening was coming on, is when you were doing the sort of the battle to protect the Arcanist. So this was like the whole activity while you guys were. This was the whole activity while the ward was going up. Is the magic activity around the tree was actually building up. If you recall all the secrets that are held up, the little secret jars that were up in the branches of the tree, sort of glowing softly and lights flowing up and around them and that kind of thing while you're activating it. It was pretty late in the evening when you guys, I would say it's practically the next, it's deep enough into the night that it's actually coming closer towards dawn. It's closer to dawn than it is to sunset. By the time you guys actually get settled, the rules in the town being anybody who's a stranger to the town can always find some place to, stay for 3 days. And after that, you either have to find somebody else who'll put you up, or you have to leave. Diana was able to put you up, but there was a lot of she's like, yeah, no, I can, yeah, no, I can absolutely, that's no problem. It's not even plenty of room. There's just, yeah, never mind. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can definitely, yeah, that should be fine. There's just a lot of that going on, with her confirming that this is all good. And then as soon as she gets you basically settled where, everybody's kind of where they need to be and satisfied with this, she's like, okay, bye, I gotta go. And just vanish. She doesn't even, as near as you can tell, she doesn't stay at the house. Given the day that you had, you're entirely within your rights to just sleep in as long as you want to. There is nobody to bother you or wake you up early. And with that, we will learn a little bit about how that sort of stuff, because we should look up the rules on recovery. You guys have been beat up pretty good. All right, so let's look at downtime. Between conflicts, the party can take a rest to recuperate expended resources and deepen their bonds. Make up to 2 downtime moves. When the party rests, they must choose between a short rest and a long rest. If a short rest is interrupted, such as by an adversary's attack, the characters don't gain its benefits. If a long rest is interrupted, the characters only gain the benefits of a short rest. So you still get a little bit. A short rest lasts long enough time for the party to catch its breath, about an hour in world. Each player can move domain cards between their loadout and their vault for free. This isn't going to come up with you guys right now because you don't have enough. I was going to say you're not old enough. You don't have enough domain cards to have more than what you can hold in your hand, basically. You can only keep like 5 domain cards active at a time. So after a while, you'll have way more than you can use. Then choose twice from the following list of downtime moves. Players can choose the same move twice. You can tend to your wounds, which lets you clear 1d4 plus your tier, which is we're tier 2, hit points for yourself or an ally. What I like about this, aside from anything else, is it doesn't make you make a roll to see if you're successfully take care of somebody. You just do. The only question is how much. You can clear stress, same basic rules. You can repair your armor if your armor is beat up. And you can prepare. You can describe how you prepare yourself for the path ahead and then get a hope point. If you choose to prepare, now this is important, if you choose to prepare with one or more members of your party, you each gain 2 hope. Not 1, but 2, okay? But that's when the GM goes, tell me what you guys do. Like, what is this together time that you do or whatever? Like, we sit around and play Stardew Valley for an hour. At the end of the short rest, any features or effects with a limited number of uses per rest refresh, and any features or effects that last until your next rest expire. A long rest is when you make camp and relax or sleep for several in-game hours. Each player can move domain cards between their loadout and their vault for free, then choose twice from the following list of downtime moves. If you do a long rest and you do tend to wounds, you just clear everything. You don't have to roll. Clear stress is clearing all the stress, repairing all your armor, clears all your armor slots from you or your ally's armor. Prepare, again, you get your hope, or you can get 2 if you do it with somebody else. And the option that is not available in a short rest is work on a project. With the GM's approval, you can pursue a long-term project, such as deciphering an ancient text or crafting a new weapon. The first time you start a new project, you assign it a countdown. Each time that you make work on the project as one of your downtime moves, you either advance your project's countdown automatically or you make an action roll to advance it, depending on how tricky I think it is. If it's just a matter of putting in the time, isn't really a skill check, it's just a time check. Okay, downtime consequences. On a short rest, the GM gets 1 to 4 fear. On a long rest, they gain fear equal to 1d4 plus the number of characters, heroes.
Rude.
And they can advance a long-term countdown of their choice. So, yeah, take as many rests as you want, because daddy's hungry.
Ew.
All right. So first of all, you guys slept. So we're going to do this as a long rest. Now, if you would all open up your character sheets. Let's start with Kaylee. So Kaylee, go ahead and click on long rest for me.
Okay.
And figure out which one of those 2 you're going to do.
Which 2 of those you mean?
Which 2 of those long rest options you're going to do.
Is my armor damaged?
Your armor has taken 1 hit. You've taken 1 hit out of 3. Your hit point.
What is prepare again? Sorry.
Prepare gives you a hope.
Okay.
And if you do it with somebody else, it'll give you 2 hope, and it gives them 2 hope too.
Oh, I got my shit clocked, didn't I?
You got a little beat up. You've got 2 hit points of damage. You have 1 point of stress and you have a point of armor. So you kind of spread all of it. It isn't all going to clear up, but I'll give you for free. I'm just telling you this ahead of time. You will get a short rest during the day. During this.
Okay, I think I'm going to tend to my wounds and then I'm going to clear stress.
Oh, so can I make a suggestion? You're going to get a short rest. Here's what I'm going to say. Does anybody else, is either of the other 2 people planning on doing a prepare to get some hope back? Now, Zoe has like 3 hope, but Sean has a big fat 0. Can I, as the GM, request that you guys prepare together in some way after Diana leaves the house and you do something together to like prepare?
What can I do during a short rest?
You can do everything except for a project. So what I'm saying is I would leave your stress, do your hit points and prepare tonight. And then tomorrow,
okay.
I'm going to request this.
Cool.
I'm going to request this from you and Nani.
Okay.
So you get your 2 hope tonight. We'll do that scene in here in a second. And then tomorrow during the day, we can take a short rest and you can do your stress in your armor slots. Repair your armor. And I'm just going to attach that point of stress to you should probably talk to Diana.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that scene's going to look like for that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's quick look at the other 2. Nani, if you will, hit the long rest thingy, Bob.
I am so goated. I took exactly 1 HP. I'm just gonna tend to wounds and prepare.
I need to hit you harder.
Unlike some people.
Clearly.
You can try.
Meanwhile, Zoe, ouch. She took no armor damage, but she does have hit points and stress. She got beat up, man. Zoe, for you.
Who says like he didn't do it?
So Zoe, would you hit the long rest button, please?
I shall do.
It should be. And clear stress. Yep.
Gotcha.
And meanwhile, I am going to roll happy little D4 plus 3 for the 3 of you. Oh, that's sad. But I will take my 4. I will take my 4 fear, which now show up on the bar. You know what? 4 is the least satisfying dice to roll.
Fuck, damn. Laughing at you rolling badly never ceases to be so fucking funny.
Thank you. That's great. I'm really
Totally.
happy for you. All right. So Nani and Kiki getting some
But,
hope back. What does that look like? What do you guys sit around like? Your ex has vacated the premises. Nani is probably staring in some puzzlement at his shoes that he's been given.
Well,
what do you
darling,
mean,
what have we learned about this experience?
people will give you shoes if you do things.
So, not quite. What I was thinking
So close.
was
So close.
something a little bit closer to don't stick our hands in mysterious, powerful haven objects.
Rooting around.
Are we feeling like maybe that might be related in a way?
I forgot about that.
Cool. Don't.
I understand the heart to heart, but this is supposed to feel a little bit more like if you're getting hope back, probably a little bit more like a comfort and support than a provoke.
Listen, darling, you are one of the strongest people that I know. And I completely understand why you did what we did, and I think that we handled it really well, given the situation that we were in. And
However,
I'm deeply impressed. I will say that. I'm deeply impressed. I couldn't have done it by myself because I wouldn't have had to have done it by myself. But that's beside the point.
Technically, while he did fiddle with the glove, you brought the entire wagon of bullshit to the town. So
Yes, but she doesn't know that.
yes, you do. You know you brought the wagon.
Well, she knows that she brought the wagon, but she doesn't know that in a few days it would have gone off anyway.
Yeah, true. But the stuff, he couldn't have put his hand in the glove if you hadn't brought the glove to the town where he was at.
This is true.
I mean, it's really.
But I am deeply impressed with the work that we pulled off today. I will say.
Zoe, I'm going to put words in your mouth. Stoat's over there in a hammock going, listen, it's both of your faults. Shut up and go to sleep. Every part of me hurts and everything is burning.
Have you considered not getting hit? It's really not that hard.
Oh,
Tank, 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 tank.
So
Like,
it's okay, darling. I also got hit as well. So
well, you could learn how to
you
dodge so that your vital organs don't.
you don't have vital organs, so maybe.
Yes, but I also know my own biology. Maybe you should learn yours, and you'll get hit less.
Wow, that is.
Clearly we all need some sleep. I'm going to bed. I don't know what you do to recharge, but you should also do that. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do. So yeah, the sleep, and then we're in that. Is anybody of the 3 of you likely to actually see the sunrise over the village the next morning? Nani will. All right.
Kiki is free run when it comes to sleeping.
Kiki is free run.
I literally just posted up on the couch and did not move for 8 hours.
Do 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 do. All right. You don't really have a short rest type of thing to do. Like you have no more maintenance to do the next day. So what is Nani doing? Because Nani's probably up and out of the. And at no point, I want to make this. At no point during the night does Diana come back. What do you like? You could be gone by the time they wake up. What do you have anything you want to do, or what are you doing around the village?
Is there is there like food in the pantry of the house?
Yes, there
Alright,
is.
cool. I'm gonna make an attempt at making breakfast for the people with stomachs.
He's so sweet.
Go back over here to our little.
You know what's also sweet? Sleep.
How about okay? Is it likely that you've ever really cooked food for other people, Sean?
No, but I've seen Stoat do it.
Okay. Normally I wouldn't have you roll for things that don't like super matter, but honestly,
Oh, please make him roll.
I think this is an instinct.
Instinct? All right.
I believe it's an instinct roll. I kind of want to make you roll with disadvantage a little bit. What do you think?
Can I just have it do? Can I just have a normal one?
A normal one? All right. I will be kind and say,
You're already making him cook to make breakfast.
oh, that was so close to good. I mean, it's still pretty good, but it's fear.
Ugh.
Oh my god, 13 with fear is crazy.
I just want
I'm
to.
so afraid of this omelet.
Well, 13's a success
Yeah, but with fear.
with fear.
Very,
so
it's very
funny.
You
black
see-
omelet. I put marshmallows in it instead of eggs because I thought it would taste better.
Hard no.
What?
Hard no.
Debatably well cooked omelet.
The thing that I have a question about, Sean, is
It's
what-
ready.
somewhere in the midst of this something goes wrong and you end up having to kind of like the first like something goes wrong that leaves you outside the house. Actually, I'm going to say the first time that you do try like something like you're not sure about doing the eggshells. You're pretty sure you're going to mess that up. In fact, you do one and you end up with shell in the stuff and it's bad. And you're like, I'm going to try something else. And you grab something completely inappropriate. Marshmallow, fine, some sort of poofy white stuff. And that starts to smoke really like, and you're like, okay, we're going to choke everybody out in the house because they all need to breathe. And you end up outside with the skillet trying to scrape the blackened marshmallow off of this pan into like, you're like trying to pump a thing and you're scraping with like one of Kiki's knives to get to scrape the marshmallow.
So fucking mind-numbingly sweet. I'm like, this is so adorable.
So you're out there,
It's so pathetic.
scraping at the pan, trying to get
6'5" giant robot, by the way.
there's still smoke coming off of the pan, and he's trying to scrape this burnt marshmallow off of it, and it's an absolute mess.
So I'm outside with my
And you see
the
a couple
remains
of
the marshmallow
like
omelet.
when you come back up and you're like getting it like, okay, it's fine. I'll try again. It's fine.
I'm gonna cry.
And you look up and there's a couple of like village kids who are just like watching, like just staring at you, just from like across, like they're on the path, like out in front of where, because you're at the pump is in the front yard of the house, like you're pumping the water and scrape, and you stand up, you're like singing, like, and you look up and the two kids are like looking at you over the fence, just like.
Oh, do drugs, and I rushed back inside.
And that's where the fear, that's where I'm taking my fear from is this little thread of, that Clank ain't all right. He ain't all, he's not like a normal Clank.
No, he's so cute. He's adorable.
I don't
He's
know
trying to
about
make us
those Haven
attractive.
Clanks, man, but I don't know, they don't know how to people quite right. That kind of stuff.
Come on, man.
So there's a little thread of that in the town with that fear. But
Oh, he's so cute.
ultimately, you make entirely tasty, entirely edible omelets that are, I would say, you guys taking the first bite of the omelet was the bravest thing you've ever done because they look terrible. Absolutely.
I want to lay out a little scene of Kiki finally getting up and what would be the morning. She walks out into the kitchen very clearly still extremely groggy, and he's over the stove still messing around with the omelet. And she kind of blindly reaches.
He found an apron somewhere.
Yeah, he found an apron
He's got
somewhere.
like a gingham
She like
apron.
blindly reaches for like the side of his neck to pull him down and kiss him on the cheek. And as she does that, she's like, "Oh!" And she turns around, grabs a cup of coffee, pats him on the shoulder, and just like walks away. Like she's just so used to waking up in like a one night stand's house that she assumes that the person making breakfast is like whoever. And she's like, "Who the? Why are you metal?"
Are you saying you have
made
no
omelet.
ex-boyfriends who are Clanks or ex-girlfriends who are Clanks?
No. It's
I
just
made
the
omelet.
anatomy is not compatible. And they're also most Clanks are like Arrow Ace, uninterested in that kind of.
I made omelet.
And so she as she's like takes a sip of her coffee, she looks down and she's like, "You cooking food?"
I wanted to make food. I didn't have anything to do, so I started making omelets. It took the better part of 3 hours.
Well, I've
This is the
first.
15th batch.
This is the
That's-
what batch?
15th.
Well, that's very sweet, and I'm sure I will have to replace Diane's egg stash. That will
Yes.
not be cheap, but
And
that's
also
very
her
sweet
second,
of you.
and also her second one, and the secret one she hides under.
Why does she
Yes, I
have
know.
so many eggs? That's very sweet of you, and I've woken up to worse mornings. So thank you very much.
I have to imagine.
Actually, it's like Diana keeps chickens, and you've gone out to get like all of the eggs. Like you went and got like a couple, and then you came back out, and the chickens are just like initially they're really kind of panicky. By the end, they're just sort of sighing to themselves. This guy.
Oh, it's you again.
Get a load of this guy. So yeah, breakfast is good but ugly. The first word, and this has never been something that's ever happened to you, Kiki. But actually not Kiki, Stowe. The first thing that pops into your head when you see what's on the plate are the words snail excrement, and then you're like, I'm not saying anything. I'm sure that's not what it is. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Probably it's fine. But the food tastes fine.
Notice how the man said fine and not
I was
good.
closing the
It
door
tastes
because
it does taste fine.
My God, it's actually edible. There is hope for you yet.
Okay.
Next time we'll only go through a dozen eggs instead of however many hundreds you did.
Kaylee,
Mhm.
what does patching up your armor look like? You've got the Gambeson armor.
It involves like laying it out on a table and taking in any parts that can be like she like gets out like she has like a little like pocket sewing kit, and so she like checks to see if there's any spots that just can be like if they've been like slashed, like sewing them closed with like a thicker cord. If an area needs to be like patched, she has like smaller patches of like different leather that she's just like collected on the road of just like small little
So this is
strips
really
and
like
things.
this is really just a patchwork, like a real patchwork sort
Yeah.
of work of art here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I think okay. So while where are you working on this? Where are you doing this?
Just in like wherever she feels like she can spread out. So it's probably like on a floor or a table somewhere
Like
in the house.
basically the breakfast table that
Yeah, pretty much.
okay.
yeah.
Yes, she's
Zoe,
back.
when you got the day basically to yourself, what are you doing with the day?
I'm going around throughout Hush, talking to all like the animals around,
Okay.
like all the wandering cats and all the little bouncing rabbits.
Just
All that
basic
jazz.
just kind of checking out all the stuff. Okay. I've got something for you in just a little bit. So you're off doing that. Nani, what are you doing?
I think for the first little bit, I'm trying to clean up from the 3
Sure.
hours of omelets, and then I'm just sort of wandering around looking at the shops. Not buying anything, I don't have the money, but I'm just like wandering
Well,
around
and
looking.
this is definitely like more of a small village type of thing. There aren't, other than the tavern, there aren't shops per se. There are everybody, like if anybody have you ever heard the phrase cottage industry? Okay. The idea is this person is running their business essentially out of their cottage, right? So butter making is a cottage industry. Selling eggs is a cottage industry. Knitting or any kind of fabric type stuff, theoretically. So if there's somebody around town who sells fresh milk, it's because they're selling it. They don't run a business. They run, I guess there's probably a general store type of thing that you could poke around at. But generally speaking, if people are like, oh, you need some carpentry done, just go talk to Javon. She does all of that. So we'll get back to that here in just a sec. But meanwhile, that leaves Kiki kind of alone at Diana's at the table when Diana comes in and says, "Oh, I figured you'd be. Where are your friends?"
I believe that they're out exploring the town. We travel around a lot, and so they like to get to know the new places that we've been. I was just waiting for you to come back. Where did you take off to?
Oh, my brother's in town. I was visiting. I didn't want to be in everyone's way, and I had some early things to do, and he's here, and I thought that I could just
Sounds
stay out of
like a
your.
lo-
I could what?
Sounds like a load of hoopla.
I thought it would make more sense if I was, that way you could sleep in. And she never quite finishes a sentence. She just kind of moves on to.
Where is he staying? I didn't realize that you had family here.
Oh, he's not normally, he works as a guide and stuff. He's not normally here, but there's a few huts and things around near the edge of town, and he's just staying there. So I went to visit with him. We don't get to see each other very often, so but he's been here for a couple of days. He's seen people. Technically, he's from here, so he doesn't have to deal with the 3-day thing, which is okay. And but he usually, because he and I grew up here, he wasn't around when you and I when you were here a lot more, because he was doing he does like scout and guide stuff for people who do hunting. He's done some hunting, but mostly he's more of a finding paths and that sort of thing. It's been strange the last 6 months or so since everything happened, but he's still doing that basically.
Right.
So what are you doing? I don't remember you being much of a seamstress type person.
Well,
That's
doesn't
looking.
have to be pretty.
Does it have to hold together? That's looking a little worse for wear. Are you?
They'll buy a new one in the next big town.
I mean, I might have something if you.
Oh, well, if you're offering. I mean, I wouldn't want to.
I don't want to. I mean, I don't know if we may have to still do some sewing on it. Maybe it may not be the right size. It's not. I mean, it's not yours built for you, but it would maybe.
No, yeah, sure. It's just so awkward.
The awkwardness. But it's pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. It seems like it's pretty nice.
No, yeah. How is it? Are you see?
It looks kind of like yours if yours were all one piece. And instead of all the little let's just
go grab it. Yeah. Is it from? Are you seeing someone?
No.
Am I?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. You can just go get it.
No, I haven't seen anybody. I mean, I'll just.
Oh, yeah. You can.
All right.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Dad, a father, and his child trying to act like they dated.
Yeah, that's. I think the best part about
So
that was
funny.
watching Sean and Zoe's faces, as they're like, "God, please end this."
Make it stop. Just make it stop. So she brings out this. It's also a suit of gambeson armor. It's pretty good. It looks really nice. It's better than yours. It's better than yours even when yours was new.
Oh wow.
It's definitely not cut for somebody your size, but with a little bit of belting, tying off, and a little bit of sewing, you can get this thing definitely working for you. So I have replaced your gambeson armor with improved gambeson armor, which is the tier 2 stuff. So
very nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to have you roll. So do me a favor, hit the short rest thing and choose repair armor and clear stress. But I only want you to roll in the clear stress. I just want to see. You only have to clear 1 stress. So anything you roll will be fine, but I want to see how good this felt. So there should be a
Downtime.
there should be a clear stress button right there in the little pop-up. Click on the chat. There you go. You rolled it. 4. That's pretty good.
Wow.
Nice job.
Wow. Zero stress. No longer stressed. Although I should be, because that was horrific. But
somehow it makes you feel better. I'm gonna take some fear though.
4.
I'm gonna take some fear though.
That's a lot of fear.
It is a lot of fear.
No.
I'm gonna have to get to work because I'm maxed out on fear, so I gotta start using some of this stuff up. Let's get going. All right. So what you guys find is that there is plans to have a proper celebration, whatever that means, tonight, to just celebrate kind of being back
In safety.
in safety. Yeah, pretty much. Everyone's very excited about that part. So there's going to be there's a party plan for tonight. People are pretty psyched about that, and at the same time, well, I'm going to actually have both Sean and Zoe roll an instinct roll for me. Perceive, sense, navigate. Is this Sean's roll?
11.
All right, I can't even use any more fear. Okay.
18 with fear.
18 with fear.
Got too much fear.
Hey, you said you were like last session. You were like, well, the next session you guys are gonna roll with all fear, and you were right. You orchestrated this.
Statistics.
Every session is rigged.
Statistics, dear God, no.
No gambler's fallacy.
The bell graph, no.
All right, so we have a new.
50% of everything is below average, no.
So we have a little suspicion builds clock here.
Suspicion builds.
Up here in the top corner, you guys see that?
Of us?
Yeah, top right corner. You should see it.
Yeah,
Top
I
right.
see it. No, but is it a suspicion of us?
Yes.
Oh, great. Cool.
God damn, I shouldn't have done the thing with the drugs.
And actually, just so I can get, so that was immediately the fear that Sean rolled, but I'm going to use another one. I'm going to move this clock up another tick here. While they are definitely having a party and celebrating, there's also definitely some people giving you looks, Sean, like suspiciously watching you moving around town. Like, they're just not sure about you. They don't know. Yes, you saved the town, but also there's definitely some murmurs around there that you had something to do with what they were saying. Like you fixed the problem that the three of you created in the first place. So there's definitely things going on.
Feelings.
Yeah, feelings going on there. And that's what you're picking up on, is this sort of like lurking sense that all is not well. And there's some people are looking at you suspiciously. At least a couple of people are looking at you like angrily. Like they are angry that you're here. I'm going to have Zoe, I'm going to have you roll an instinct roll too for a very different reason. This is magical stuff. So if you have something that you feel like is helpful, and if you want, you could use a hope if you want to apply like one of your experiences to it to give you an extra +2.
I'm gonna do trained by the Arcanist of Hush.
So you know what the town should feel like because you've trained here in the past. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you check that, it will cost you a hope, but it will give you an extra +2 on the roll. Make sense?
Oui.
Okay. And then
Roll.
it doesn't matter because it was a flipping crit.
Woo! Wee.
Goat.
No. Stoked.
She is stoated.
Evil.
She's stoated with the sauce.
So you've been kind of wandering around the town, and you're taking the read off the various creatures and also the plants and stuff like that.
How do you feel about the situation, Sunflower number 29?
How does that make you feel?
The thing that's been itching at the back of your mind this whole time, Zoe, has been that this picture here that we're looking at is how the village looks. Okay?
Oui.
This is summer.
Yeah.
Nothing else in Feainwick is in summer right now. It's all in spring. The ward, to an extent, is protecting it from the perpetual spring that the rest of the country has been forced into by the thing. As you're walking around, you're seeing places, especially on that south side of the tree where all of the action went down yesterday and the glove exploded and stuff like that. Not the glove. Yeah, the glove. Well,
Okay, listen.
where Nani exploded, I guess would be more accurate. Where they shot Nani from a cannon shaped like his own hand, is you're seeing summer trees that have like individual branches that have like the spring blooms all over them, like blossoms and stuff all over them. So it's almost like there's little bursts of spring trying to crack through the summer that the trees are in. And you're seeing that, and you're pretty sure there's a lot more of it today than there was yesterday when you got here. But you hadn't really tracked that spring wasn't here when you first came in because you were looking at everything else. And it wasn't until really this morning and you're looking at it, really sensing it's like, oh, there wasn't spring here. But now there is. It's starting to get in. Maybe it was just because the wards were down for a while until it came back up or something. And as you're looking at all this, the Arcanist is next to you. So, and just that, God. I see you haven't forgotten everything I taught you. That ward you received is a sign of my trust. Don't lose that raccoon figurine. So tell me, Stone, how does this warding feel now?
You know,
How does the warding feel? And do you want me to tell you kind of what your feeling is? You know what the warding was that the Arcanist did.
Yeah.
You're getting the magical. Do you remember? Do you remember in the first session that we played? I asked you what the burst of like unstoppable life felt like. Wither. I asked you like what? How do you know that the wither is like there? It's this. It's a smell of like growth overdoing it. It's something that's too sweet. It's something that's growing so fast that it's rotting while it's growing. Okay. And you realize that even though the wards are back in place and they're definitely working, you're still getting a whiff of the wither, magically speaking, inside the village. It's not locked down quite tight. What do you say to the Arcanist when you figure this out? Do you say anything, or do you say, because the wards are definitely in place, but at the same time,
No, it feels.
did you see that, Kelly?
What'd you do?
She goes, it feels
Feels different in a way from how it was.
different. I'm going to ask you more about that later. But for now, you should prepare for the party. There's going to be a party, whether you want it or not. And you have to come, because otherwise, all of the children will ask me for magic tricks, and I'm sick of them. They're annoying. None of that.
However-
I'm pointing them all at you.
Told you I can't do magic on command.
Yes, you can. I want you to ask
Can't
yourself
do
a
it
very
with
important
me.
question. Why do I take apprentices? So I don't have to do tricks at parties and you do instead. Training! And he goes, training! And he does this thing as he walks away.
Told him I didn't like magic tricks.
So we're going to fast forward a little bit to the party of gratitude and suspicion.
Boy.
Is that what it's called?
That may be what I named it in my notes. So yeah, main floor of the Clover Tavern, and so dusk is coming on. It's evening again. Flickers in the leaves. The main floor of the Clover Tavern has been dedicated to all this. The air, you can hear the music from out wherever Diana's place is as you're heading towards it. She's also made herself scarce again after you got the gambeson on and got it all fitted and stuff. She excused herself. She wanted to see I'm going to go see if my brother can come to the party. Or if I can even talk him into it. I'll see you there. I'm just going to go. And she kind of like, I'll just pat you on the shoulder and walks out.
Oh, I broke her.
Music, conversation, ale, cooking meat, cooking everything. Lausa Standworth, the dwarven barkeep that's also sort of your contact here, gives you a weary nod. She's already a little bit worn out from getting all this stuff set up. Locals there is some heartfelt, if somewhat momentarily delayed cheering as you guys come in there. Lausa greets you, hands you a drink, Stoat a drink, pats Nani on the shoulder. You're expected to circulate and socialize and talk to everyone. Good luck.
Oh, good God. I'm going to need at least 3 more of these.
Over the course of the evening, absolutely. Or do you mean right now?
Now.
Fast as we can. All right. So I'm just going to pop around here as the evening is progressing and do a couple little bits here and there. I'm going to work my way from top to bottom. Kiki.
What up?
So this wizened, kind of wrinkled Wickling comes up, claps you on the shoulder. He's like, he's a Galapa. He's one of the turtle guys.
Oh, okay.
He's a Galapa. He's like, well, grateful for what you did.
Well, thank you.
It was
I
a
am
close
so
call,
glad.
though. A bit too close. What brings folks like you carrying Haven steel and secrets to the village?
For a good time, obviously. We love the people here, and Hush is just such a beautiful place I thought we'd come to visit.
With Haven steel and secrets, you just decided to bring them here, then?
Oh, honey, that's the only way I travel.
With stolen weapons? And
Stolen is such a harsh word. I would use a different one.
You can't think of one right now, but you would certainly use a different one if you could think of it. Why don't you give me a presence roll?
Okay.
I'm looking for a 14.
Oh my god. You could
You're
not be
cooks, you're
looking
cooks,
for a
you're cooks.
14. Can I please use spicy cinnamon roll?
You may certainly use, but do you have hope to spend on that spicy cinnamon roll? You just have to,
I do have
when you do
hope.
the roll, check it, and it should use up a point of your hope.
Incredible. Roll. Ugh.
That ain't a 14. No, that's a 17, isn't it?
Oh, it's I forgot I get bonuses. I forgot I get pluses. Yeah, I was ready to crash out.
Okay, so that was a 17, but with
Where
fear.
do I see that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, 17 with fear.
17 with fear. My fear has now
I forgot
maxed.
I got bonuses, but the dice showed, and what the dice I saw, I saw a 13.
You're first of all, you're fine.
Thanks.
He believes you. He understands. He's charmed by you. He finds you. It's older guy like that, cute little thing, being flirty and funny. Yeah, that's gonna be a thought that warms his heart for a good long while. What did we call the six? The masked six or the hidden six or what was the?
I think it was the masked 6 or the I don't remember.
That's fine. I'll deal with that for now. All right. So you notice. So while this conversation is, other people are certainly paying attention to it because the Galapa guy is talking pretty loudly, like kind of hard of hearing, and you're being charming and stuff like that. You notice, Kiki, that in the background, one of the circle of 6 members is watching. There were 2 that you met, if you remember right. If you remember, one of them was definitely an older, bigger guy. I want you to imagine like Hiccup's dad, but with a mask on, like big dude. And the other one was more like Hiccup, and they weren't probably related, but I'm just saying in terms of physical difference, this is definitely the second one, right? And weirdly, if you're almost sure that you know who that other dude is because he's here and he doesn't have his mask on, the big guy, and he's sitting there, he's like, oh, because who else could be that goddamn big, right?
Yeah.
This guy is still wearing his mask. He's at the party with his mask on. And what he's going to do is he's going to, while you're doing this thing and talking and some other people are chuckling and that sort of thing, is he is going to, if you look at it on the chat there, he's doing a, oh, you didn't necessarily see that, did you?
No, I see it. Scapegoat.
Scapegoat. Really? Interesting. All right.
I don't know what that means, but spend a fear to convince a crowd or notable individual that one person or group is responsible for something.
So he's in the back, and people up close to you and the old guy are sort of chuckling along and laughing at his name's File, like the Galapa, and File, like yeah. But in the background, this guy's sitting over there and he kind of comes up to somebody else who's there and he puts his hand on their shoulder and he leans in and you see his head moving like he's probably saying something, although you can't obviously see his lips move or anything like that. And that guy nods and, he turns and he kind of turns like this and does a little bit of a nod, like, I hear you, and looks back and you can just see any particular warmth as he's regarding the scene just completely drain out of his face. It's pure suspicion now, this guy. He's like definitely an adult, definitely an elder in the town, this mustached fellow that he's been talking to, and you can just see this is that he's putting a bug in this. He's pulling a little worm tongue thing on this guy as he's watching, what's going on here. All right. Just giving you that. You see it. It's too far away to really call out. You know what that would look like if you suddenly did, so we're just not. It's there in the back of your mind, keeping an eye on this guy, because he is working the crowd against you.
What an asshole.
Sean! You catch this guy, you're there in the town, a couple of people talking to you, asking you these questions like, we see clanks around here. They tend to be made more out of, it's wood. Is it sort of a hardened, lacquered... Okay, sorry, I shouldn't have done that probably. I didn't mean to. You just make a good noise when I clank on you. That's why they call it that. Oh my God. I didn't even think about it. We call them clanks here, but we must have gotten that from you. That's amazing. And you see kind of over at the bar, there's this giant, okay, one eye. He's a proper Cyclops dude. If he's not Ridgeborn, you will eat your hat, and you love your hat and don't eat. So it's a pretty safe bet. But definitely probably a Ridgeborn giant. He's nursing his ale, which is like a small cask, and he's muttering to his companion, but he's a big dude and his voice carries.
Ooh.
I've seen that chassis before. That's a Haven shock troop model. Those things are built for one thing: war. He doesn't seem immediately hostile, but he's definitely like, this is a guy who has had to fight you collectively in the past.
Connor, I beg of you, have a conversation with this guy because I want to see that play out. Of you trying desperately to be friendly.
You could go a couple different routes with this. An instinct roll to kind of get where his motivations are coming from. You could do a charm roll, like a presence roll, to kind of like convince him that you're no longer a threat. You could absolutely, if you've got the hope to do it, you could absolutely throw in X shock troop, because you are an X shock. You're leaning on the X in X shock troop for this.
Underlining it heavy.
Yeah.
3 underlines, a circle, and a big ol' arrow.
What's it look like first? Do you talking to this guy or because you know they're built for one thing: war.
I just kind of put down my cup, which is empty and has been empty the entire time.
Yeah, you're just walking around with an empty cup. I love that. It's amazing.
He drank it for you and handed you the empty cup.
He's been walking around with it. So, is there a tray somewhere I can?
And I just kind of walk over to him. Hey, I heard that you kind of seen folks like me before, and I don't know what they've done to you, but I want to say I apologize on behalf. I'm trying not to show externally how incredibly nervous I am with this situation.
All right, I like it.
Hey,
Why don't you give me your? Are you gonna do instinct
presence roll
or presence roll? Okay, presence roll.
I want to say former.
Yeah, former shock troop. Emphasis on the former.
Oh.
Oh, look at that 12.
Wow.
I'm goated.
You get that hope. You get that hope point right back. That's great. That's a 23 with hope. Very nice.
That's great because Dad does not need any more fear.
No.
I don't.
And it should have automatically. It should have automatically fed hope both out and in. So you should still be saying it. Can I just say I'm loving how this fucking interface is working, guys? It's making me very
Not
happy.
having to wait 30 minutes for every roll is mind-boggling.
Yeah. Okay. So. You know, you absolutely fail to conceal how nervous you are. And that is
this is breaking my heart. This is so cute.
That is actually, he says like, I've met some of you that can talk real good. You're not one of them. You're not one of them, are you? And I've met ones that are very, I mean, we saw you fight, so you know how to fight, but well, you're just a sorry excuse when you get out to talking. And you know what? I think that's all right.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
Some people would say a weapon is always a weapon, but you know, well, you seem to be trying to do something different with yourself. And yeah, I saw some things myself in the last little while that I don't think I'm too happy with trying to remember. So, well, lifts up his cup. I hope you can find yourself some peace. I'm not sure I trust you, but I think I believe you because I just don't believe you're very good at lying. That's all right.
I kind of like grab my empty cup from like the shelf and like clink with them.
That empty? Oh, I suppose it would be. Well, that's clever.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, fair enough. And just for that, with Kaylee's, I didn't get to move the countdown clock because she moved it up, but the guy's fear move also moved it back, so it just kind of stayed where it was. But Sean, with you, we're actually going to move. We're going to move that suspicion clock back one.
The motherfucking Clank is better at people than I am.
Barely.
Well, he didn't roll with fear, so I don't really get an opening on that. And it's getting on, so we're gonna do one more little thing here with Stoat, and then we'll pause. We didn't get quite as much done today as I thought we would, but
it was fun to.
I hope you guys are enjoying this because I'm enjoying the fuck out of all of this.
I'm enjoying.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is good stuff.
I love role playing, and awkward giant.
So adorable. I'm like breaking down.
It's
Stoat.
almost like that's the only thing you do.
Stoat, and you're not a big person. We've established Stoat's like 3 feet tall. Okay, a small, curious little wickling child.
Oh no, not this kid.
But about your height. At 9 years old is about your height. I want you to imagine the 9-year-old version of what's the pink frog's name in Amphibia?
Girl or the boy?
The boy in the hat.
Oh, fake fan. Fake
Fake
fan.
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
He only knows grounded fake fan.
You're saying hurtful things to her right now.
I forgot. It starts with an S.
Yeah, it does. I can't remember what it is.
Slipper.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that guy's energy. Actually, no, it's a lot closer to the energy.
Sprig! His
Sprig.
name is Sprig.
What's his sister's name?
Polly.
Okay, I want you to take those two and kind of mush them together into the energy that Fidget is bringing, because Fidget is a ribbit giving
Oh,
off.
that poor child.
They're bright blue with a green belly. Bright blue ribbit, about 9 years old in human years in terms of that kind of energy and stuff. It's like, and literally it's just like, you're a fairy, aren't you? Like the Arcanist. You're just like the Arcanist. You're not just a fairy, but you're like a fairy moth fairy. Can you fly? You have wings. Can you fly? Can you do magic? Can you make the moss that grows on the crops go brighter? What can you do?
Sure.
Tell me what you can do, because I want to know. I want to be a moth fairy person when I grow.
Oh my gosh.
So dumb. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean I want to be a moth fairy person. I want to be magic, do magic stuff when I get bigger. But the Arcanist won't.
Oh my god, this is so fucking cute.
But the
Holy
Arcanist,
shit.
the Arcanist says that they're not going to teach me yet. They didn't say yet. They said they were never going to teach me because it would be a crime against all of nature. But that I can convince them. But I just want to see, like, what's it like? Can you show me stuff? And again, there's this feeling that they're completely on you, but also everybody within earshot is watching or listening or kind of paying attention to how you're treating this child.
Please, Zoe, this is amazing.
How are you dealing with Fidget, the ribbit? If you go to your features, you can see kind of all the stuff you've got. Wild Touch, I will call it as one thing, lets you perform harmless, subtle effects that involve nature, such as causing a flower to glow, or summoning a slight gust of wind, or starting a campfire at will. You know, just
Turn into a dog.
you turn into a dog.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, big old Daggerheart's version of a golden retriever, basically.
Okay. So if you mouse over beast form, not evolution, but beast form, you can magically transform into a creature of your tier or lower from the beast form list. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you click on beast form, just click on it, and you think you want household friend, but you could also do pack predator if you wanted to. Household friend is like cat, dog, rabbit, etc. So if you want to be
household friend. I want to be a dog.
If not friend, then why friend-shaped? I can be friend-shaped. So, man, I will not make you roll the actual like presence roll for this. Probably. I'm going to have you roll it anyway, just so we see how that goes. But I'm going to give you an advantage because you're actually spending a stress just to do the shape change thing. So pick your household friend and then hit transform. And when it asks you for your stress thing, just form. And if you guys look at the map, you'll see that Stoat's actually, like, her icon is now a rabbit.
Yeah, it's that was pretty cool. He showed that to me yesterday. Like a little rabbit.
You see how your icon is now a little rabbit, though? All right.
Yeah.
So on your character sheet, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to say, do you want to roll presence or instinct? Which was better for you? Instinct? Oh, instinct for sure. Oh my God, because you shapeshifted, your instinct went up by 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll instinct, but when it asks you if you're going to roll with advantage, check the box for rolling with advantage, because it's going to give you an extra D6 to roll with it. Because I'm going to give you an extra thing for being a cute dog.
A dog.
Oh, that's good that the 6 was there because that was a terrible roll. 13 with fear. My fear is back, but the difficulty was only a 12 and you got a 13. So I got a fear. You took a little stress, but he like fidgets like, that's so cool. That is so cool. I think I get something to drink. That is so cool. Can I pet you? Frogs that are like the climbing frog type of thing are like have the best grabby hands for petting. Because you rolled with fear. Oh, fear.
Yep. Use it right now. Have to use that fear right now. You really don't have to. Please don't use that fear.
I'm going to use a bit of. I'm going
Please.
to use the fear that you rolled, and I am going to use the fear that you.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm going to use one more fear.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This isn't really connected to you, Zoe, but I am just going to use some fear while we're doing it because the people around you think it's really, really cool. And
Why did the suspicion build that?
the suspicion built up because
Come
while
on,
this
man,
is
I
happening,
worked so hard.
the suspicion built back because while this is happening, completely unrelated to what you're doing and charming everybody, the guy, the masked member of the council is circulating through the crowd and spreading.
This asshole again.
And he's staying away from Stoat's thing. Stoat's thing, like kind of Stoat's a little bit, not untouchable, but Stoat's one of the hardest ones to go after because little and tiny and adorable and fuzzy, but now dog on top of that, but also known to the village. Like you studied with the Arcanist for a period of time. Like the village knows you. It's a lot harder to do a whisper campaign against some weird stranger when they aren't in fact a stranger. Right? So they're staying away from that, but they're circulating through the rest of the crowd. Still, I didn't touch the weird part. Still weird. But they're circling around out there and working on building up what suspicion that they can.
I'm being talked about a lot.
You're being talked about a lot. Kiki is clearly the mastermind.
Clearly.
Cannot be trusted. So the council of 6 members.
Who else could? Who else is smart enough to run this operation? It can't be the robot. Have you
It
seen
can't
that
be
guy?
the shock troop robot.
So
Have you seen
it's
him trying to make an omelet?
the whisper campaign is continuing enough that I will say, Nani, you even notice that this person is clearly like watching you and talking to people, and you're even noticing here and there. Kiki, you've been clocking this guy the last hour. He is working the crowd like it's a hobby, like it is his favorite side gig.
For the love of the game.
Okay. He's doing it a lot. And you're about to go, you know what? I think it's about time to maybe have a direct conversation with this guy. And that's when you see Diana come in through the front. And
Decision.
Okay.
she looks like this.
Okay, I beeline it towards her.
And she locks eyes with you and pure panic.
Diana, darling, you seem unkept.
As you're coming towards her, she goes like this and kind of goes like that towards one of the other sort of side exits, and then she steps back out through the front door and sort of heads that way. She doesn't want to have the conversation anywhere in here. And actually, you know what? That cost me
oh my god, it's not like you still have 8. Actually, no, I was wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not like you still have 9!
Roll better. It feels like a skill issue.
It must feel really good to finally say that, huh?
I just want to thank Kaylee for mentioning it. Diana is one of those people that always seems to have something wrong going on around her. Kaylee, thank you.
Good
that
job,
was it.
Kaylee.
That was a
Your
gift.
fault.
Mwah.
Thanks. You're welcome. I thank you so much for inviting me here today. I've caused problems once again, as is the purpose of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad to finally be appreciated for this.
But I will say this, actually, this is what I'm spending the fear for, isn't her showing up, it's this. As you're heading for that side exit, somebody who's been drinking a little bit more aggressively is like, you know what it is? I'm going to buy her a drink. Come on with me, I'm buying you a drink. Let's go. And that's where we're going to stop. The threat of the happy drunk. Anyway, thank you guys. That was fun. I hope to do even more fun next time. That was literally less than half of my prep notes. So
Wow.
we have piles more going on here.